What is going on? Today we've got another case for the iPhone 14 Pro. It's going to be another one from Casekoo, which is a brand we've looked at before, but this is something a little new that they've gotten started. Let's go ahead and cover this one. Starting with the packaging, as always, right here on the front, we get Casekoo branding up in the left corner, a case right here, and the magic stand. You can see right at the front this really impressive little kind of holographic thing they've got going on. It looks like a starry night, and it does transfer as you move it from side to side. You can see it has that little Magsafe in the center and these two rings representing the stand that they've put on the case. So if we look down here at the bottom, it says magic does the job repeated. Moving over to the sides, just a little bit of branding. It's going to be the same. Actually, the side's just going to be completely black. And then over here on the back, just a little bit of information about Casekoo themselves. But we can go ahead and skip that and get right into the case itself. I'm going to open this up. I'm going to throw the price up on the screen for this case. It should be up on the top somewhere. And getting into the packaging, we have the case right over here. It does come with some little Casekoo stickers, as you can see right there. It's always nice to see some stickers included. And the case comes wrapped up just like this. Here we go. Of course, me being me, had to go for the black variant. I absolutely love this one. They do have it in a few different colors, but this is just my absolute favorite. Now, this case might look a little familiar to those of you that have been hanging around the channel because of the Magic Stand case that Casekoo put out. I did cover that one, and it was showcasing this technology right here, which is an integrated stand into the MagSafe rings that are already added to the case themselves. But the difference with this case is that they've now integrated their CloudCush technology, which is what this black kind of barrier you see around the edges is. It's meant to absorb more, it's meant to give you more impact protection pretty much. That's what it's there for, making the case more durable when it comes to drops and things like that. You can see it goes around the entire inner lining of the case, except for the back, because of course it is a clear case, and it is a very nice texture. It's not going to scratch the phone or anything like that, and I am pretty confident in the amount of protection it'll provide. But that's pretty much it for the inside. So let's go ahead and grab the phone. It's right here, the iPhone 14 Pro in space black, and let's snap it right into the case. Starting with the left side as always. Snaps in just like that, and we can see there it is. And I think now is when it's easier to tell how that protection comes in, but I'm going to go ahead and get into detail of that a little bit later. Let's go ahead and start with our usual route with the camera. Taking a look at the lip right here, you can see that camera is well covered by this camera lip that protrudes off the back from the case, so you don't have to worry about those lenses getting scratched up or even damaged during a drop. Moving over to the front, we do have, make sure this phone's all the way in there, we do have a tempered glass screen protector on this phone, so the lip might not look as impressive, but even with that being the case, you can tell there is still a decent lip that goes all the way around the entire phone, and I definitely don't have to worry about that screen when I'm placing my phone face down on a table or anywhere. Even if it's a little uneven, don't have to worry about it scratching your display or anything like that. Now, working our way to the sides, this is where we can start to see that CloudCush technology come into play. Because these edges, they are a little rounded over. You can see it is not completely flat like the side of the iPhone itself. And if I press on this, you can see it actually has a little bit of give. Let me see if I can kind of show that to you guys right here. Let's see. You can see that my finger goes into the case itself. As you can see right here, maybe on the corner. Even on the corner, it does give in a little bit, but on the sides is where you can really tell. That is the CloudCush technology that they're talking about. So anytime that the case lands on the ground or maybe the edge or something, instead of the case sending all of that impact force straight into your device, it absorbs it itself using that CloudCush technology right there. So it's a super nice technology and definitely great to have if you're someone prone to dropping your phone a lot, or you just feel that extra layer of protection is something that you would be interested in. Back to where we were at, our volume buttons right here, you can see a very generous cutout for that mute toggle switch, and it is a rectangle cutout. Absolutely love to see that. Super nice and easy to get into there. And the volume buttons right here, let's go ahead and give those a test. Super nice and clicky buttons right there. Absolutely love those buttons. Moving over to the bottom of the case, you can see we do have oval shaped cutouts for the lightning port. Super generous for the lightning port, so you don't have to worry about any third-party chargers not fitting in there. And then we do have precise cutouts for the speaker and the microphone over on the bottom. Moving over to the right side, we do have a little bit of Casekoo branding. Really appreciate the minimal branding. It doesn't really like punch you in the face or anything like that. And I always enjoy when cases put it over on the side that way. Now our power button, which is right here, as you can see, we can go ahead and test this one as well. Super nice and tactile, just like the volume buttons, so nothing to worry about over there. Absolutely love that power button. And then over on the top, completely closed top, but you do also have that CloudCush technology over here as well. You can see the case does kind of sink in when excessive amount of force is applied, so absolutely love to see that. I also want to try the fit test just because it is a clear case, and sometimes these cases can be a little too giving. That is definitely not the case with this one. Over on the top, extremely stiff fit. Even on the bottom where the power button is at, and we normally see a little bit of give, extremely stiff. I would say the most give is probably by the power button, but even then you can see I'm pulling pretty hard and it is not really moving out anywhere. So even if this phone lands completely face down first on an impact, you don't have to worry about it popping out or the phone kind of slipping out of the case itself. It's definitely got a very firm grip on there. As for the wobble test, it does have a decent camera lip on there, but to my pleasant surprise, it doesn't wobble nearly as much as I was expecting when you're down here by the bottom where you're normally going to be typing. Obviously, when you work your way up to the top, especially that top left corner, you do get a decent amount of wobble, but that's pretty much every case at this point because of how large these camera sensors are. But onto one of the main attractions of this case, this magic stand. Of course, that's the whole thing. It's such a simple design, but it's so effective. It can work as a stand, just so you can use your phone this way in case you're watching a video or anything like that, or even content this way, you're scrolling on TikTok for who knows how long, you can go ahead and use it this way. And of course, it is adjustable, so you can set it to really however you would like. You can have it this way, or you can pull it all the way down and stand it almost vertically, just like that. Absolutely love this feature. And something I mentioned in my previous video about the Magic Stand case is that I feel like you can even use it as a finger grip. So you can even use it and hold your phone this way. You don't have to worry about losing it. You can fit 2 fingers in there as well, so you have a really nice firm grip on there. And unlike some other grips, those Magsafe grips, I'm going to go ahead and show one right now, you don't have to worry about Magsafe giving out and kind of losing your phone. It's completely attached via a hinge down here, so there's no chance of this flying off unless you actually try and break it off of the case itself, which obviously I don't recommend. But let's go ahead and get right into the MagSafe test, starting with the Spigen O-Mag Ring, which is a MagSafe phone grip that I tend to use pretty much on the daily, unless I'm running this case, of course. So you can snap it on, and it is an extremely impressive amount of MagSafe force that you can already feel. Something I've noticed about this one is it does tend to open because there's no kind of bottom magnet on this accessory. Of course, it is just a ring, so it snaps on. You can obviously use it just like that. I don't really see the reason for this, considering that the case has a built-in grip and stand, but in case you want to use this one, you already own this one, you can of course continue to do that. Nothing stops you from doing that. And then the strength is pretty impressive. Of course, since it does open, it's a little bit weird, but it's something that still can be used if it's something you would like to do. Now we're going to go ahead and test some wireless charging, as well as a little bit of MagSafe strength with the Apple battery pack. Snap it on just like this. You can see right there it does start charging just fine. And then working our way over to the back, you can see it doesn't interfere with the camera lip, which is really nice to see, because on some cases this lip is just too large and your battery pack will end up sitting like this, where it's on top of the lip, and it might still charge, but that strength is going to be compromised a pretty decent amount. But over here I can tell that is not the case. Some pretty rough shaking to get it to fly off, and you can see simulating a drop like that. If it's a decent drop, you probably will still lose your battery pack, but I'd say for most cases that battery pack really isn't going anywhere. I can see that it does tend to spin a little, so as you can see right here, this lower magnet doesn't seem to attach too well to the bottom down here, But if that's not a big deal to you, absolutely solid. You still get your wireless charging, and considering that this ring is metal, it has some very decent MagSafe strength, especially compared to some other cases. But of course, have to test the Apple leather wallet. I do tend to use this wallet a fair amount when I'm trying to go a little bit more minimal. It didn't give us that animation. Let's see if we can get it to go ahead and give us that animation. Snaps on just like that. And maybe not today, but anyway, that's not too important. Back to the strength. You can see right here, slide it on like this. I can tell it does have a very strong attraction, and simulating a drop, this is one of those cases where I feel like even if you drop your phone, you don't have to worry about losing your wallet. Kind of the same thing with the battery pack. The bottom magnet struggles a little bit to find its place, but it does stick on a little bit better. So I do feel like the leather sticks very well to the clear case material that they're using back here, which makes me extremely confident when it comes to using this as a pair. I'd absolutely trust this case with my MagSafe leather wallet. Now our last MagSafe test, which is merely for strength, it's going to be this heavy anchor charging stand, which is not meant to really leave your desk. It's just meant to sit here, kind of give you a spot to charge your phone. But I just want to see if this magnet can lift this heavy stand. So we're going to snap it on just like that. And I wasn't too worried just about that. I kind of knew that it was going to be able to lift this because even in my testing period, I've been using this, and sometimes I'm sitting at my desk and I try and pull it off and it pulls the stand with it. But I knew that that was going to happen. It was going to open this little kind of kickstand right there. But it's really not a big deal when using normal use case because you can set it up like this, set your phone down, and the ring doesn't open on its own. It only opens right now since I'm purposely trying to lift this heavy stand. But even with that being the case, the stand tends to stick on there extremely well. Not until a pretty rough amount of shaking to actually get this thing to fly off. So definitely some of the stronger MagSafe cases I've seen. Absolutely incredible, and it's even better because of the fact that this kickstand and phone grip is built into the case. I'll give you guys one last look around the case and then we'll call it a day for this one. So back to our cameras, extremely nice coverage right there. Moving over to the front, generous front lip as you can see right here. Again, I do have a tempered glass screen protector on this phone, so if you don't have a screen protector, you're gonna have even more of a lip protecting that front screen. And over here on the back, you can see right here, we do have a generous cutout. Our volume buttons, which are extremely clicky. Moving over to the bottom, very generous cutouts. Right side where we have our branding and the power button, and then completely closed over on the top. And of course, one of the biggest things about Casekoo is the fact that they don't just go with black. They do offer a ton of different colors. Here is the purple one that they did provide to me, and I just had to show it off. Pretty much the exact same case, just instead of the black variant, it does come in purple. A very bright, I would say pretty loud purple on the sides, and then a darker purple over on the middle MagSafe ring, kind of like a royal purple. I'm just gonna throw this on the phone real quick so you guys can get a feel for how it looks on at least the space black model, if that's the one you happen to be running. So I'm gonna snap it in right here. And there it is, the purple CloudCush Magic Stand case from Casekoo. One of my absolute favorite cases, and that I can definitely see making its way into my daily rotation. Absolutely perfect case. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to hit that like button down below. And remember to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I'm trying to do a ton of videos on different cases. And of course, that iPhone 15 is right around the corner, and I will be picking it up to cover accessories and cases for that device as well. Be sure to hit that like button. I will see y'all in the next one.